Hi everyone, welcome again. Today, I'm Dave, your host. Welcome to the Dynamically channel. So today we are going to talk about the server. This is one of the main components that we will be using. Of course, many of you might say that you are not going to need it for many reasons. But for our game, we do need it for a couple of it. First, it will be released into several platforms. So, we need it to be able to serve users and then move from one device to the other one. Of course, some of you might say, well, we can do it locally first. But trust me, it is better to create right now because it is different when you develop it locally and serve it from the production server. Also, we will use it to host our simple board, which right now non-existent yet. Actually, we kind of hope that it can be served via forums, but it seems like nowadays they are consist of mostly of paid walled garden. So rest assured, we will have a simple version soon, and of course, as usual, we will teach you on how to create it with you. Also, if you are a non-technical person but have interest in this stuff, to stick around for this content since we will explain them to you in an easy to understand way of doing it. Of course, you will need to do it yourself, and as always, don't forget to share and ask in comment if you don't understand about something for now. Alright, just as we promised, we will cover for those who does not have any background at all in this stuff. So okay, first we're going to explain it in a simple manner to the non-technical peoples what servers are and what it is good for. For those of you who have basic understanding about it, you can just skip ahead, or as always, just stick around since it does not take that long anyhow. So as you can see in this diagram, when you play something or accessing stuff via your browser, you are actually connected into a server. It goes the same as well if you access it from your devices. When you play in your game, of course, the server will serve your contents. Either it's just a save for your game or some live streams contents. Since as said before, we plan to release our final game later in several platforms. As you can see from the picture, we will be needing the server for that. Well, we don't really gonna teach you how to set up a complex infrastructure yet, since it will depend on the game needs itself. Well, maybe we do later in the future if this first iteration goes well, who knows. To support us and share to as many people since put some trust on us, we will stick around until finished. Okay, now that the explanation about it is done, let's continue with the preparation. In order to create one, you will probably need this, if you don't have one yet of course. First one is a credit card. Rest easy, we give a non-paid option here, since we do understand starting out heavy will just not an option for many people, especially an Indi developer. The card will be used for validation only. The second one, you still need to buy a domain for your server later. This one can't be avoided since you might just use an IP for your game, but you won't be able to use it to interact with your users via other means later. At the very least, it will be used to host your game pages. Also, don't forget to check ours at londo.com. For those of you who already have the setup, you can actually just skip ahead to see what are options and what we choose for yourselves. Of course, there are quite a lot of alternatives besides using credit card. We'll leave that to you to procure your own domain and server, either it is a shared server or a virtual private server. We do recommend the VPS though, so that you can follow all of our tutorials here later. Okay, the first one of the free option that we can find nowadays is via Oracle Cloud Service. You can see it at the screenshot here. As always, reminds although it has free option, you need to check and make sure that their terms and conditions are met with your needs. Also, be ready to at least pay amount if you somehow mistakenly misunderstand about their setup. There is a note that you might probably want to know though. It usually goes without an issue, but somehow you might get stuck with the billing address with your payment processor, so make sure you prepare the information alright. Our next option is Microsoft Azure. Make sure you always check with the term and condition first as always. And make sure you can cover 1 month of your selected service. Yep, just in case if you choose something wrong with your first setup, of course. And last one, we have the Google Cloud Platform Service. It does not really have extra features. It has rather smaller option than the one offered by Oracle, but it does work with our needs right now. Again, don't forget to check the term and condition before you use it. Before we going, as always, we want to give you some tips on this as well. Notice that these services has different configuration with its pluses and minuses. You can always compare before you decide which one you're gonna take. Also, even though you choose to install the same OS as us later, there will be different configuration at play. You just pick the pre-configured OS image from the repository. We will explain that in detail next time, so do stick with us as always and take care. See you all next time.